These ordinary-looking Jefferson nickels from 1981, 1982, and 1983 are shocking collectors across America because a few rare hidden versions have exploded in value and some are selling for thousands of dollars in auctions while most people still spend them like pocket change today. You might have one of these rare coins sitting inside an old jar, wallet, piggy bank, or family collection and never even realize it. The 1981 Jefferson nickel became famous for rare full-step examples and strong mint condition coins that collectors are fighting to own. The 1982 Jefferson nickel is even more interesting because production, changes, and minting mistakes created coins worth far more than 5 cents. And the 1983 Jefferson nickel shocked the coin world after high-grade examples with incredible detail started bringing huge auction prices. These nickels are becoming harder to find every single year, and collectors are paying massive money for clean, rare examples with mint errors, beautiful surfaces, and full steps on Monticello. Some of these coins have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars depending on condition, mint, mark, and rarity. So before you spend another old nickel, make sure you watch this video until the end, because one small coin from 1981, 1982, or 1983 could secretly change your life forever. The 1981 Jefferson nickel is one of those coins that at first glance looks ordinary and almost invisible in everyday change, yet the deeper you explore its history, value, rarity, auctions, collectors' demand, errors, varieties, mint marks, and hidden factors, the more it transforms into a fascinating story of American coinage, mystery, and surprising potential. This coin belongs to the long-running Jefferson nickel series, first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and honoring Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding figures of the United States. And while many people assume modern era nickels like 1981 have little to no value, the truth can be far more exciting, especially when you consider condition, rarity, mint marks, and dramatic mint errors that can turn a simple 5-cent coin into something worth serious money in the collector market. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each producing coins with slightly different characteristics. The Philadelphia mint coins traditionally carried no mint mark during that era, while Denver coins display a small D, and San Francisco coins were mostly proof issues marked with an S and designed for collectors rather than circulation. These proof coins often feature mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, making them highly desirable, especially when preserved in pristine condition. Collectors chase the highest grades, and coins graded by professional services such as MS65, MS66, or even higher can bring significantly higher prices at auction compared to worn examples found in pocket change. The value of a 1981 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is usually close to face value, yet uncirculated coins with strong luster, clean surfaces, and minimal marks can fetch several dollars, and in exceptional grades, the value can climb even higher, sometimes reaching tens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on demand and scarcity within that grade level. However, what truly electrifies the market and captures attention are the rare error coins and unusual varieties that occasionally appear. These errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clipped planchettes, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchette. Each error tells a story of what went wrong during the minting process, and collectors are often willing to pay premium prices for these unique pieces. For example, a double die error where the design appears duplicated due to misalignment during the hubbing process can be extremely desirable, especially if the doubling is clear and visible without magnification. Similarly, off-center strikes, where part of the coin design is missing due to improper alignment in the press, can create visually dramatic coins that stand out instantly and command higher bids at auction. Another exciting aspect of the 1981 Jefferson nickel is the role of condition rarity. Many coins were produced in large numbers, but very few survive in perfect or near-perfect condition. This creates a situation where high-grade examples are far rarer than the overall mintage would suggest, leading to strong competition among collectors seeking the finest known specimens. Auction records often reveal how much collectors are willing to pay for top-graded coins, with bidding wars sometimes pushing prices far beyond expectations, especially when a coin is certified as one of the best available examples. The San Francisco proof nickels from 1981 also have their own appeal. These coins were not meant for circulation and were sold in proof sets to collectors. Their deep mirror surfaces and frosted designs create a striking contrast, known as cameo or deep cameo, and coins with strong cameo contrast are particularly prized when found in flawless condition. These proof coins can range in value from a few dollars to significantly higher amounts, depending on grade and visual appeal. The demand for Jefferson nickels, including the 1981 issue, has grown steadily over the years as more collectors appreciate the history and subtle variations within the series. While it may not yet command the same widespread attention as older coins like silver dollars or gold pieces, the Jefferson nickel series offers an accessible entry point for collectors. while still providing opportunities for rare and valuable discoveries. The key factors that determine the value and rarity of a 1981 Jefferson nickel include mint, mark, condition, luster, strike, quality, and the presence of any errors or varieties. Coins with full steps on the Monticello building on the reverse are especially sought after, as this detail indicates. A strong strike and careful preservation. Full steps coins are harder to find and often bring premium prices in the market. The concept of full steps refers to the clarity of the steps leading up to Monticello, and collectors examine these lines closely as a measure of quality. Coins that display all steps clearly without interruption are considered superior and are labeled accordingly by grading services, adding another layer of desirability and value. Auctions play a crucial role in determining the market price of these coins. Platforms such as online marketplaces and major auction houses regularly feature Jefferson nickels, including high-grade 1981 examples and rare error coins. The competitive nature of auctions means that prices can fluctuate based on demand, timing, and the specific characteristics of each coin. Sometimes a coin that might normally sell for a modest amount can achieve a surprisingly high price if multiple collectors are competing for it, especially if it fills a gap in a collection or represents a top population piece for those interested in selling a 1981 Jefferson nickel for the most money. The strategy involves careful evaluation and presentation. First, the coin should be examined for condition and any potential errors using magnification. If the coin appears to be in excellent condition or shows unusual features, it may be worth submitting to a professional grading service. Certification adds credibility and can significantly increase buyer confidence, leading to higher sale prices. High-quality photographs are also essential when listing a coin for sale. Clear images that highlight the coin surfaces, details, and any unique features will attract more interest and encourage stronger bids. Choosing the right platform is equally important. Specialized coin auction sites and reputable marketplaces often provide access to serious collectors who understand the value of these coins and are willing to pay accordingly. Timing can also influence the outcome, as listing a coin during periods of high collector activity can result in better prices. The story of the 1981 Jefferson nickel is a reminder that even modern coins can hold hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. While millions were produced, only a small fraction possess the qualities that collectors truly value, whether it is a flawless proof coin, a sharply struck full steps example, or a dramatic mint error. Each coin has the potential to surprise and excite those who take the time to look closely. So the next time you come across a 1981 nickel, do not dismiss it as ordinary, because within that small piece of metal could be a story of rarity, history, and unexpected value that turns a simple coin into a prized collectible and perhaps even a profitable discovery. Welcome back, coin hunters and treasure seekers, to another mind-blowing episode, where today we are diving deep into one of the most underrated and jaw-dropping coins in all of American numismatic history, the 1982 Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people blindly toss into jars or spend without a second thought. But hidden inside this tiny 5-cent piece is a world of shocking secrets, staggering rarity, and potentially life-changing value that will absolutely blow your mind. So buckle up, because what you are about to discover will make you sprint to your coin jar faster than you ever thought possible. Now let us start from the very beginning. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel, and featuring a stunning portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin was designed by the incredibly talented Felix Schlag, who won a national competition to create this iconic design, and since that very first strike in 1938, the Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American everyday commerce. But here is where things get absolutely electrifying. Not all Jefferson nickels are created equal, and the 1982 issue is one of the most fascinating and wildly collectible dates in the entire series. And if you think a nickel is just worth 5 cents, then prepare to have your entire world turned completely upside down. So let us talk about what makes 1982 so incredibly special. In that year, coins were produced at two mint facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, marked with AP, and the Denver Mint, marked with AD. And right there, in those two little letters, lies a universe of difference in terms of rarity, value, and collector demand. The 1982 P Philadelphia nickel had a mintage of approximately 292 million coins, while the 1982 D Denver nickel came in at around 373 million coins. Now those numbers sound enormous, and you might be thinking, how on earth could these be rare? But here is the earth-shattering truth that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Raw mintage numbers mean absolutely nothing when it comes to survival rates, condition, rarity, and most importantly, errors and varieties. And that is where the 1982 Jefferson nickel transforms from a humble pocket change coin into an absolutely breathtaking numismatic treasure. Now, let us talk about the single most shocking and valuable discovery associated with the 1982 Jefferson nickel, the legendary no mint mark error in collectors across America, went absolutely wild when examples of 1982 nickels without any mint mark began surfacing because you see, by 1982, the United States Mint had been placing mint marks on coins for years, and a coin missing its mint mark is not just unusual, it is a stunning and rare mint error that sends collector hearts racing and auction prices skyrocketing. These no mint mark era coins are extraordinarily scarce, and when one surfaces in top-grade condition, the bidding wars at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, PCGS, certified sales, and Stackbowers become absolutely ferocious with prices that will make your jaw drop straight to the floor. Now, beyond the incredible no mint mark error, the 1982 Jefferson nickel is also home to some of the most dramatic and visually stunning doubled die varieties ever discovered in modern coinage. And if you do not know what a doubled die is, then let us break this down, because this is where things get really exciting. A doubled die occurs during the coin-making process when the working die receives more than one impression from the hub at slightly different angles or positions, creating a ghostly, doubling effect on the design elements of the coin. And on the 1982 Jefferson nickel, collectors have identified breathtaking doubled die obverse varieties where Jefferson's portrait, the date, and the inscriptions show dramatic and unmistakable doubling that is visible sometimes even to the naked eye. These varieties are not just cool looking, they are certified treasures that command prices, hundreds or even thousands of times face value, when found in pristine, uncirculated condition. And we are talking about coins that could be hiding right now in your pocket, your change jar, or that old coffee can your grandpa left in the attic. But wait, there is even more, because the 1982 Jefferson nickel also features some extraordinarily collectible repunched mint mark varieties, known as RPMs, and these are coins where the mint mark was punched into the die more than once at slightly different positions, creating a doubled or overlapping mint mark that is incredibly rare and wildly sought after by specialist collectors and variety hunters. The 1982 D/D repunched mint mark varieties are among the most coveted discoveries in the entire Jefferson nickel series, and certified examples in high grade can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auction that would make anyone rethink ever spending a nickel again. Now, let us talk about condition and grading, because in the world of coin collecting, condition is absolutely everything, and this is the factor that separates a coin worth a few dollars from one worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect flawless specimen, and the third-party grading services PCGS and NGC are the undisputed kings of coin authentication and grading. A 1982 Jefferson nickel in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents above face value, but now hold on to your seats, because a 1982 P or D Jefferson nickel graded mint state 65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can command seriously impressive premiums, especially for the full steps designation. And this brings us to one of the absolute hottest and most talked about designations in Jefferson nickel, collecting the legendary full steps designation. A Jefferson nickel earns the full steps designation when the steps on Monticello Jefferson's famous Virginia home, shown on the reverse of the coin, are fully struck and completely defined with no weakness or flatness. And in 1982, full steps examples are shockingly rare because the mint was dealing with significant striking quality issues that year, making well-struck examples incredibly difficult to find. And when you combine a 1982 nickel in mint state 66 or higher with the full steps designation, you are looking at a coin that collectors and investors absolutely lose their minds over, with prices and certified sales that can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a single 5-cent coin. And that is not a joke, that is the stunning and beautiful reality of numismatics. Now, speaking of auctions, let us talk about some of the most thrilling and record-breaking sales of 1982 Jefferson nickels that have taken place in recent years, because these results will absolutely shatter your perception of what a nickel is worth. Certified full steps examples in Ms. 67 grade have sold for figures that would make your heart skip a beat, and the finest known specimens of the rarest varieties command prices that rival coins many decades older. The secondary market for top quality Jefferson nickels has been exploding, with new collectors entering the hobby every single year, and the demand for high-grade certified examples has never been stronger than it is right now. So if you have been sleeping on Jefferson nickels, now is absolutely the time to wake up and start paying attention. Let us also explore the fascinating historical context of 1982, because understanding the era in which a coin was minted makes it infinitely more interesting and meaningful. In 1982, America was in the middle of a dramatic economic transformation, coming out of a brutal recession, and the Federal Reserve was battling sky-high inflation, interest rates were astronomical, and the country was undergoing massive industrial and cultural shifts. This was the year of Michael Jackson's Thriller album, the debut of the internet precursor ARPANET at universities, in a time of enormous change and uncertainty in American life in every single 1982 Jefferson nickel that rolls off the presses at Philadelphia and Denver carries that history locked inside its tiny metallic body. A physical artifact of a pivotal moment in American history, and that historical significance only adds to the coin's appeal and collectability for history buffs and numismatists alike. And here is another absolutely stunning fact that most people never consider: the composition of the 1982 Jefferson nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, and while this does not make it inherently precious metal valuable, the metallic composition has remained consistent throughout the series, making these coins durable enough to survive decades in excellent condition when properly stored and handled, and that durability means that high-grade survivors from 1982 do exist. They are just extraordinarily difficult to find, which is precisely what makes the hunt so incredibly thrilling and rewarding. Now let us give you some incredibly practical and actionable tips for finding these hidden gems in your own collection. First, always examine the date carefully on any Jefferson nickel you encounter, and if you spot a 1982, do not spend it until you have given it a thorough inspection. Second, look for any signs of doubling on the obverse, particularly around the date, inscriptions, and Jefferson's portrait using a quality loupe or coin microscope. Third, check the mint mark location on the reverse near the rim, and look for any signs of repunching or doubling of the mint mark itself. Fourth, examine the reverse steps on Monticello carefully under good lighting to assess the strike quality and determine if your coin might qualify for the coveted full steps designation. And fifth, if you find a coin that looks promising, get it professionally graded and authenticated by PCGS or NGC, because a certified coin in a slab holder is infinitely more valuable and marketable. The 1983 Jefferson nickel stands as a fascinating piece of American coin history that continues to surprise collectors, thrill treasure hunters, and spark curiosity among everyday people who might unknowingly carry a small fortune in their pocket. Because this seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin, minted in a year of economic recovery and shifting mint practices, hides layers of intrigue that most people never notice. Yet seasoned collectors constantly chase its rare variations, mint quirks, and hidden errors that can transform a simple coin into a jaw-dropping collectible worth far more than its face value. And when you begin to explore the full story of this coin, you step into a world filled with unexpected twists, dramatic auction moments, and the thrilling possibility that a tiny piece of metal could hold astonishing value far beyond what anyone imagines. So let us dive deep into the electrifying universe of the 1983 Jefferson nickel, where history meets rarity and where sharp eyes and knowledge can unlock incredible rewards. Because this coin was produced during a time when the United States Mint was refining its production processes following the changes of the late 1970s and early 1980s, leading to a mix of high mintage numbers but also inconsistencies that gave rise to collectible anomalies, and the coin itself continues the classic Jefferson design, first introduced in 1938, featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse in his beloved home Monticello. On the reverse, a design that has remained a staple in American coinage and instantly recognizable to collectors around the world. Yet what makes the 1983 issue so compelling is not just its design, but the subtle differences between mint locations, the Denver Mint marked with a D, and the Philadelphia Mint, which during that period did not carry a mint mark, creating a distinction that collectors pay close attention to, because each mint had its own production, characteristics, and potential for errors and varieties. And when it comes to rarity, the 1983 Jefferson nickel is not considered rare in general circulation condition, because millions were minted. However, the story changes dramatically when you shift your focus to high-grade specimens and error coins, because pristine examples graded at the highest levels, such as MS-65 or above, can command significantly higher prices, and the scarcity of such flawless coins increases their desirability among serious collectors who compete fiercely at auctions where bidding wars can push prices into surprising territory, especially when the coin exhibits exceptional luster, sharp strike, and minimal contact marks. And speaking of auctions, the excitement surrounding rare examples of the 1983 Jefferson nickel often plays out on major platforms where collectors from around the world converge to secure that one standout piece that completes their collection or elevates their portfolio. And it is in these high-energy auction environments where the true value of rarity becomes evident, because a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance can suddenly become the center of intense competition if it possesses unique characteristics or a superior grade. And one of the most thrilling aspects of collecting this coin lies in the hunt for errors and varieties, because minting errors are like hidden treasures waiting to be discovered, and the 1983 Jefferson nickel is no exception, with collectors reporting fascinating anomalies such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, and planchette issues that can dramatically increase the coin value and desirability. And these errors are not just random imperfections, but rather rare occurrences that slip through the quality control processes of the mint, making them highly sought after by collectors who specialize in error coins, and the rarity of these errors can vary widely, with some being relatively common, while others are extraordinarily scarce and capable of fetching impressive prices when authenticated and graded by professional services and beyond errors. The concept of varieties also adds another layer of excitement to the 1983 Jefferson nickel, because subtle differences in dies can create distinct variations that collectors eagerly seek out, and these varieties may involve slight changes in lettering, spacing, design details, or other features that require careful examination and expertise to identify, and this pursuit of varieties transforms coin collecting into a thrilling detective-like activity, where knowledge, patience, and attention to detail are rewarded with the discovery of something truly special. And when evaluating the value of a 1983 Jefferson nickel, several key factors come into play, including the coin condition, its mint mark, the presence of errors or varieties, and its overall eye appeal, because even among coins of the same grade, those with stronger visual impact and cleaner surfaces tend to command higher prices, and this emphasis on quality means that collectors must be discerning and informed when assessing coins, whether they are purchasing from dealers, bidding at auctions, or searching through rolls of coins in hopes of finding a hidden gem. And another critical factor is the concept of full steps on the Monticello design, which refers to the visibility of the steps at the base of the building on the reverse, and coins that exhibit full steps are considered more desirable because they indicate a sharper strike and better preservation, and these full-step coins are significantly scarcer than their counterparts, making them a prized addition to any collection and capable of achieving higher values in the marketplace. And as you explore the world of the 1983 Jefferson nickel, you also encounter the broader context of coin collecting as a hobby, an investment where knowledge is power, and the ability to identify valuable coins can lead to exciting opportunities and potential financial gains, because while most 1983 nickels in circulation may only be worth face value, those with exceptional characteristics can be worth many times more, and this contrast between ordinary and extraordinary is what fuels the passion of collectors who are constantly searching for that next big find. And it is this sense of possibility that keeps the hobby alive and thriving, because anyone with curiosity and dedication can participate in the hunt and perhaps uncover a coin that changes everything. And the story of the 1983 Jefferson nickel also highlights the importance of proper storage and handling, because preserving the condition of a coin is essential to maintaining its value, and collectors often use protective holders, albums, and climate-controlled environments to safeguard their coins from damage caused by moisture, temperature fluctuations, and physical contact, and these practices ensure that coins remain in the best possible condition for future generations and for potential sale in the marketplace, where well-preserved examples consistently outperform those that have been neglected or mishandled. And in addition to physical preservation, authentication and grading play a crucial role in establishing the value and credibility of a coin, because professional grading services evaluate coins based on standardized criteria and assign grades that provide a reliable measure of quality. And this grading process not only helps buyers and sellers make informed decisions, but also adds a level of trust and transparency to the market, which is essential for maintaining confidence among collectors and investors alike. And when a 1983 Jefferson nickel receives a high grade from a reputable grading service, it can significantly enhance its marketability and value, making it a more attractive option for those looking to build or expand their collections. And the excitement surrounding this coin is further amplified by the stories of collectors who have discovered valuable specimens in unexpected places, such as pocket change, bankrolls, or inherited collections. And these stories serve as powerful reminders that valuable coins can be found anywhere, and that the thrill of discovery is always within reach for those who are willing to look closely and learn the nuances of coin identification. And this sense of adventure, combined with the historical significance of the coin, creates a compelling narrative that continues to enthusiasts from all walks of life. And as you continue to delve deeper into the world of the 1983 Jefferson nickel, you begin to appreciate the intricate interplay between history, rarity, condition, and market dynamics that determines the value of a coin. And you realize that each coin tells a story not just of its design and production, but also of its journey through time, passing from hand to hand and eventually finding its way into the collection of someone who recognizes its significance and potential. And this journey adds a layer of emotional connection that goes beyond mere monetary value, making coin collecting a deeply rewarding and engaging pursuit. And the 1983 Jefferson nickel, with its blend of accessibility and hidden potential, embodies this spirit perfectly. It invites both beginners and experienced collectors to explore its mysteries and uncover its secrets. And whether you are searching for high-grade examples, rare errors, or unique varieties, this coin offers endless opportunities for discovery and excitement. And as the market for collectible coins continues to evolve, driven by factors such as economic conditions, collector demand, and advancements. In grading technology, the 1983 Jefferson nickel remains a presence, offering both stability and surprise to those who engage with it. And in conclusion, though not final because the journey never truly ends, the 1983 Jefferson nickel stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of coin collecting, where even the most unassuming objects can hold extraordinary value, and where knowledge, curiosity, and persistence can lead to remarkable discoveries.